Oh, our feline friends have their secrets, but thankfully the ROM spills all in their latest exhibit, Wild Cats.
So we're standing here in front of what we call the panorama of all the world species of cats. This collection at this end is the Americas, both North and South America. And 3 species that live in Canada are up close here. So this one is the cougar. That stronghold is in Western Canada. Above it is the bobcat, which is relatively uncommon in Canada, mostly near the US border in the east, in Ontario. And the 3rd Canadian species is the lynx in the back there standing on a post. And it's widespread in the far north, right across the country. It's a specialist on catching snowshoe hares. So the 3 Canadian cats are mixed here with the South American cats.
The survival of many cat species is uncertain, with several currently listed as endangered due to habitat loss or hunting. This is your chance, perhaps the last, to see them all together in one place.
So this is one of the most amazing mounts we have in the Wild Cats exhibit. There are no strings attached to this quartet of animals. It's not attached to the ceiling in any way. It's all balanced on the tail of the leopard here at the base. And there's a bit of a counterweight to counterweight the fact that there's an antelope way over here. So all of this, it comes apart in 4 pieces and it goes back together, but it's balanced on that point of the tail. It's showing how athletic cats can be when they're predators. They can leap into the air and they will land just fine, or catch an animal. The caracal, for instance, can pluck a bird out of the air. Most people would never even think about doing that. So there's an example of amazing athleticism of cats.
This anatomy display uses skeletons to reveal the biomechanical secrets of cats, including one species that can actually climb down and out of a tree. A sequence reveals the magic moves of how falling felines can always land on their feet.
So this is a Canadian artist, Tone Klein, and he did this little riff, shall we say, on the idea that cats like to look at fish bowls. You know, whenever you have a cat and a fish bowl, cats are always interested in the fish swimming in the bowl. So he did this art where he put several layers of photographs together so that the eyes of the cat in this vase are the eyes of the fish. So it's a really, really cute thing. This is all domestic objects of a domestic cat themed objects that people use today, and because everybody loves cats, right? And so many objects are cat themed, but this is a particular favorite of mine.
A popular item, especially amongst kids, is this display of wild, rambunctious kittens.
So when the show came to us from Paris, France, it included objects from a number of different cultures, and particularly Eurasian ones, and Europe, from where France is located. So when the show came to us, we wanted to make sure to include some local indigenous art. So this art of the Great Lynx is by Canadian Anishinaabe artist Saul Williams. And the Great Lynx in their culture stands for a lot of science and nature mysteries. So thunder and lightning and how water moves and all of these things, it's the responsibility of the Great Lynx. And so kids are supposed to respect it so that they stay close to their parents and don't go swimming in deep water, that kind of thing. So it's really, really nice for us to be able to have a Canadian contribution to this show on cats and in the cultures of the world.
An example of how cats have always permeated our culture is this beautiful collection of ancient guardian lions.
So one of the unique contributions that the ROM made to the exhibit Wild Cats that came from France is the inclusion of cat's eye gems. So cat's eyes have a peculiar structure that allow them to see, especially at night. And if they're in bright light, the pupil will narrow and you get a line like you see in this gem. So these particular minerals, because of their internal structure, where the light hits them, it produces this line. And people notice that that line looks an awful lot like a cat's eye. And so the gems are named cat's eye gems. And when it came to producing this exhibit, I thought it would be really neat to be able to include some cat's eye gems from the ROM collection in this discussion about cat's eyes. So this is another contribution of the ROM. The Paris Museum did something similar, but we decided to use all of ROM specimens for this exhibit. So these are skins of cats The great majority in the ROM holdings have come from zoos, so we don't go out and shoot cats just to collect the skin anymore. But historically this was done, and that was one of the contributions to declining populations, is people going and killing cats to get the skin to make a coat or something fashionable. So here we're showing historically what happened, and one of the reasons why populations of cats have declined is people are going out and hunting them because their skins are beautiful. And the spotted skins have been very popular in fashion. Nowadays, though, we can have synthetic fur made. So there's an example here that looks and feels like cats, but you don't have to kill a cat in order to have a synthetic fur. So the message is here, we don't need to do this kind of thing anymore, and we can have a nice cat skin coat that's synthetic and it looks and feels like a real cat, but we don't have to kill a cat to make that.
Wild Cats is on now until October 20th.